And then you can follow this. So basically, you want to focus on the formula, how to find this column. You need to add this column up. So let me go ahead and you need to add this. Just make sure it matches. I try to show you at least a few, but you should be able to actually match them across and find out which one is which. And and you go through the whole thing one by one. Now let's go to the next one. But what I want to say over here, the variance right here for the sample. So let me write the word sample. It's always the sum of x minus x bar squared, and we divide by n minus 1. For the population, it's always going to be the same exact formula, but instead of dividing by n minus 1, we always divide by the sample size. That is the variance. A standard deviation is not bad because we just take the square root of the number. Now we move to the next problem, and the next problem says you have a list right here, and the question is to find the third quartile. Now, according to our list, or according to our setting, when you have a set like this one, this would be your Q1, this would be your Q2, this would be your Q3. Right here, this would be the maximum value, and the other side, that would be your minimum value. So Q2 is your median of the whole entire data. If you look at this one, that will be the median right here. So Q1 will be the median in the first set of the data, but Q3 will be the median for the last one. So they're all talking about the median. They're all in the middle. But it depends when. This is the median for the entire data, Q2, but Q3 is the median for the second set of data. So now let's find out, first of all, where is your Q2 to start with. So let's go ahead and list them on the number line: 36, 45, 49, 53, 55, 56, 59, 61, 62, 65, 66, 72, 77, 78, 82, 88, 91, 94, and 96. So to find Q2, we'll go ahead and do the following: 1 and 2 from this side, 1 and 2 from this side, 1, 2 from this side, 1 and 2 from this side, 1 and 2 from this side, followed by 1 and 2 from this side, 1 and 2 from this side, 1 and 2 from this side, but then we have 2. I'm missing one data, so let me clean it up and make sure that I'm not missing any, because it looks like I'm missing a number. Let me clean the data up, and that's why you have to be careful when you type the number. You will not miss any. If you miss any, you will end up with a number which is not right. So let me go ahead and type one line at a time: 36, 45, 49, 53, 55. And you know, I prefer, instead of doing that, do the following from the set. First of all, I look if they're in order, which is good. I'll just say, look, let me go ahead and cross out what. So if I do this, I'll be crossing out 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll go from the beginning 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Now we move on to the next one. One from this side and then one from this side. Now let's see, 1, 2, and 3. And also we go back to the beginning and we say 1, 2, and 3. Now let's be very careful. Now do it by 1. There's one from this side and one from this side. So Q2 will be what? Q2 will be 60, 65. Maybe that's better since they're already in order. What I want to do, I want to clean the one from 65 and on because I'm interested in Q3. So I could now list them in front of me so I could see what I'm dealing with. So we have 66, 72, 77, 78, 82, 88, 91, 94, and 96. That is the number between actually Q2 and the maximum number. So we'll do the same thing. We'll try to find the median. So we'll try to find the median, one from here and one from here, one from here, and the same thing. The same thing is very clearly Q3 will be 82. If I want Q1, then I'll be using the first half instead. So, but notice first we found our Q2 to start with, and then we go with that. So this will be our Q3. Now, let's go to the next problem. The next problem will be, the next problem will be, you have scores, test score, and the final exam and the homework exam. Each test worth 20%. So what we have is actually each test worth 20%. So if we're saying, okay, each test worth 20%. So we'll go to the first one, 20% times the first test, plus 20% times the second test, plus 20% times the third test, since we have 3 tests. So I go in and fill in the test, which is 62 and 83 and 91. That's the test. The final exam is 88, and the final exam worth 20%. Each test is worth 20% of the final grade. The final exam is 25%. So when I add right, I come and say 25% times whatever the final is. So let's go ahead and find out what's the final. The final is what score? The final is 88. The score is 88. Now we add to that, what do we have also? We have 15% is homework. So 15% times whatever is accomplished in the homework. If you look back at the homework was 76. So if you actually use a calculator to multiply, remember those, they came from tests. This, it came from final, and that's from homework. So if you add all this up, which is, it will be 80.6. You multiply each one, and then you continue to add them all up when you're done. Now let's look at this problem. This problem is about the usage of the empirical rule. And the empirical rule basically is a build shape, it's symmetrical on both sides. One standard deviation is equal to 68%, which is plus or minus 1, and 2 standard deviation will be equal 95%, and 3 standard deviation will become 99.7%. So on the graph, When we talk about one standard deviation, we're talking about this area right here. This area right here, that is 34 on each side, total of 68%. When you go to 95%, that will be adding 13.5 on each side, and that is 95%. This is available on the back of the formula sheet, the one you're going to use for the midterm. So you can see the percentage and this for each one. So when we talk about this, we're talking about the mean plus or minus one standard deviation, the mean plus or minus two standard deviation, and this is also the mean plus or minus three standard deviation. Now, according to this one right here, it says we have the mean. So here is my score right here. The mean in the middle, which is 476. This is my mean. Each standard deviation is 94. If I said, if I'm going to add to that 94, what's 476 plus 94? That would give me 570. So then this will be 570 on this side, and then two standard deviation would be 664. So by saying 570 plus another 94, and that should be 664. That's where should I stop actually. So if you look at the bell shape right here, the first one, the first standard deviation according to this one is very clear from the picture, that is 34%. The next one in line, that is 13.5%. So the total area in this region and in this in the same time, that will be, it's actually 34% plus 13.5%, which is 47.5%.